Hey folks, so here the other day I just uploaded some videos of this project. Kind of held off for a while till I got some stuff done. So it's been a couple months. But anyhow, I realized that I hadn't really been showing the progress, just kind of how I was doing it. So I think I need to backtrack here a little bit with you and give you a little look around. So bear with me on the shaky camera, whatnot, but let you have a look at things here. Not much to see inside. Square box where I keep my tools. Tarp's still up, so there's a testament to the tarp there. The bears tried twice now to pull it down. Snaps back in place. They did manage to get a hole in it, but I don't know what the interest is in it. So anyhow, let's see. There's the log mule that I built. Showed you a video of that. That's how it turned out. You kind of see it in the video I made notching the logs. So, sitting kind of cockeyed, but it's because I've been using it and working the legs into the ground. But basically, nothing real fancy about it. You take a, boy, I don't like this fisheye camera. Anyways, you take a log and put it in here, and it wedges in between the two pegs. See there, it doesn't go all the way down. The heavier it is, the tighter it wedges in there, and then when you're working on it, it'll hold it in place. It won't slip for you. If you do need to adjust it, you can pick one end up, break it free, and turn it, put it back down. If you're using a short piece like this, you can always tie a rope around the leg, come over the top of it, hammer it down in there a bit, secure it off, and it'll stay. You can use it like a shaving horse. It's pretty handy, actually. This little short log kind of reminds me of something else here. I'll show you one of my cool tools that I came up with while I was out here. Check this baby out. That is my peg driving hammer now. I discovered that as I went along, those pegs were tight. It was tough to get them in there, so decided I needed a hammer, and this log happened to be about the size I wanted to use. So lo and behold, that's going to be my doorway. So I went ahead and cut that out of there. So I bored through it, shaved down the handle, drove it in there, bored through it again, crossways, drove that peg in, it crosses this one, so it can't move. Makes for a dandy hammer. Way better driving tool for the pegs and adjusting logs, that kind of thing. Besides that, I think it looks kind of cool. Anyhow, so let me put this back up on my mount here and give you an idea how tall this is. Hold on a minute. So I got one more to notch this way. This one will fit in here, be a little bit taller than the log on the end. And then my last two logs are going to run this way, and that will complete the side walls. And I'll start on the roof. Of course, I'll have to continue up with the fore and aft walls here, following the peak. So that'll be interesting. It's taken a lot of thought. Hope my plan works out. But anyways, that's what I got going. So what I also wanted to show you was in notching the logs. A couple different ways of doing it. One was using a divider to set your radius to cut, and that's how I started out. But it didn't mark the logs real well. I think it would be good if I'd peeled the logs, but it had no bark on them. Then I'd have a surface that I could scribe or mark on with a pencil, and you could see it a little bit better. But having this bark on here, it just wasn't working out for me, and I did want to leave the bark on it. I just like the looks of it better. But anyhow, so I built a tool that would mark it, and mark it the same on both sides. So I'll give you a rundown on that. So hold on here just a minute and I'll get reset up. Okay, so originally you need to find the width of this log, determine the width of your notch out here on the tree. So I would take a saw, and this seems to be the way to go. Lay it on the edge of your log you're going to notch over the top of, getting a dead line with it, rotate it around, and put a mark on it. This side, same thing. Rotate it around, get a mark on it. So then you take a set of dividers. Now you know the width of your log, so you need to find halfway here, roughly anyways. Okay, that looks pretty close. So then you take your divider and set it on the log. This would be the bottom of your notch, and then you rotate it and mark it out. Problem with that was, I was having anyways, it's hard to keep it from moving here on the bottom, and then to rotate it around, your tree wraps under, so you're having to slide it back and forth. Also makes it a challenge. So after I did about 20 of them that way, I come up with a better tool. I'll give you a look here. So that would be this. So machine that out so it's square, flat. Holes are bored through it, straight line. It's able to slide through. This part gets driven into the log to hold it in place. You use 2 pegs so that it can't, or 2 spikes so it cannot pivot once it's in there. The second piece of it fits in here. I can loosen this up and adjust my distance out, whatever I need there, tighten it back down. Same thing on this side. This one slides back and forth, but instead of just using a point on there to describe the surface, I decided I needed something a little more skookum, or a little more efficient in cutting through the bark. So I put a stainless steel wheel on it, slight edge to it, but that'll actually cut into the bark and makes a good mark. So hang on a second, I'll show you what I got here. So first thing is, line up on your log this way so you can get it plumb in this direction. I just sight down the log, maybe find a tree in the background. It's not so critical if it's off this way. Anyhow, so, and it's about in the middle. Everything looks good. Drive it down in there good, so it can't move, can't swivel either way. Now you're set that direction. Bring this in, find your mark that you made. It's right here. So I'll run this in. Let's have a burr on it. Alright. That's about right there. Pull it out, swivel it around. The other side. Okay. So this is my depth for the notch, because this is going to swing in a good arc. It'll give me the radius for notching over this one. However, because it does swing in a perfect circle, for some reason they don't grow trees in a perfect circle. So you do have to do a little fuss fitting when you're done. But you can draw the radius on here because it slides in as you're going along and gives you a definite mark. So I've got that side. I just take this out, move it around the other side, and do the same thing. Because I made sure this is plumb with the log, that makes this level. When you switch side, your notches, your mark for your notches line up. So no matter what side you're on, you can tell where you're at and you can get your depth correct. Anyhow, just something I came up with. Thought maybe somebody out there might be interested. I don't know. But anyways, so that's how I come up with the notches. Once I went through and done that, take it out. We'll set it on the ground. It's going to fall anyways. So once you got your notch in there, you can see it pretty well. Take my knife and just lay it right in the groove. And you get underneath it and peel the bark out. peel out the bark, and you can tell exactly where you need to cut. So that's how that's done, or that's how I do it anyways. Not to, that's the right way or the best way, but that's the way I'm doing it. So just thought you might be interested. Alright, so I got to get these notched and put in place. I'll get back with you.